So game 6, last game before the tiebreaker, which I know who won already, but whatever, I spoiled myself. This is between EDG against Rivals, game 6, day 4, plays. So yes, we're gonna see. My keyboard. Okay, we're seeing Rakan and Kaisa. We see Akali, and we see Lucian Braum. So they wanna be on the end. They figured to beat EDG, they had to have the stronger bot lane. You can give them a strong champion like Kaisa, but you can get, as long as you can get priority in the bot lane, maybe you're better in a better spot to beat them. I think that's fine. They got Sion too, so they gave away Akali. I don't know if I like that or I'd like to see that. Akali has proven to be one of the strongest champions right now, almost permaban. Um, she was open the game against one game that Gambit left that against KLG that lost, and then other team left that against KLG to off. It was G-Rex, I think, and he lost again, I think. So yeah, Lissandra's is seeing more popularity. We see the ban there. Um, so yeah, Malzahar is gonna be the match against Yakali. So don't know if that's good. Doesn't seem like the best thing, but it doesn't seem like the worst thing. So neither. So that's just fine. We see Camille. We see Shen. So I expect Shen to be top and Camille jungle. Really aggressive pick, Camille jungle. I really like those picks for Haro. I think Haro is just it's a good aggressive jungler, and I much rather see him playing those things than tanks and things and stuff like this. He can definitely play tanks, but it's just much better to have him on these things like Camille, Sinsao, Kindred, things like this. Kindred into Camille isn't particularly good. I think that Camille jumps on you and then you just die. It changes with levels, but yeah, it's one of those champions that basically for the very first 3 to 2 camps, you're gonna be level 2. So you don't want to find Camille level 2 because Camille level 2 is really strong and Kindred level 2 not so much. So let's keep an eye on that. We see Lucian Rum, which I think is one of the strongest level 1 champions to have, and I hope that we get to see like some sort of late team bait things going on here. I think that if you late team bait top or bottom, you have a really strong level 1 champions. I think EDG's bottom lane doesn't have the best level 1, so you can definitely attack that with the Lucian Brown, like something aggressive, crazy that we haven't seen really. We only saw that from Ranger, that kind of bait or level 1 shenanigans, and I really think that you should try those things more and more. We see Grom here in an awkward position. Maybe he's looking for a creative like kill or level 1, things like this with this position, but you're not really going to get much with only the Brown there. So this is what it is. So I'm gonna just speed this up. Sorry that every video you have to see me doing this. I'll try to be more aware of that in the future. So we're seeing EDG's scout leave like a ward and walk towards that side, and I love this. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I'm talking. Like Walker teams need to be this aggressive against the major regions. You have to punch them hard in the early game, and I think the reason why you have to try those things is because Walker teams, most of them, the ones that are good or really good that we have seen over and over in planes, are these kind of themes. We see like if you see OPL, that was one of the like they always go in. They used to be this win lane win game when they have chippies, so they had the worst compositions as a 5v5 or Mac or even with globals and things. They weren't that good compositionally, but they had winning lanes, and they were the team that would just play to win lane and then win you the game. And when you now are paired against competition that are even or equal or even better than you play against them and you play differently and you play other stuff. So and or you play the same picks but you play them differently. You're respecting the enemy team more. And Detonation Focus Me, another aggressive team. So KLG, things like this. So the point is that Walker teams can play really aggro. That's one of the main strengths of some of these wildcard teams. Not all of them are like this. Supermassive, for instance, is really passive compared to all these teams. It's more macro focus and more slow tempo. Um, and yeah, I love these late teammates. They waited for this to be started, for them to be tanking. They get a flash, and they still have a strong well, that Rakan W was insane, and scouts first to the party. So yeah, maybe yikes. That's oh my god, this is sad if everyone dies here. No, no, no. Yeah, they die. They can play. They could have played it better. At the end, Rakan gets the knockup. Like, okay, let's watch. Okay, I'm gonna slow this down. Actually, really excited here. Here. Okay, here. You get a flash. Good. Don't keep doing the red. Let them tank the red. Let them keep doing the red. Here, why are you hitting the red? And Rakan, like, why are you doing this? Just back away a bit. Let them have the aggro of the red. Just wait. Why did you switch the aggro of the red? No point on doing that. You wasted your Guardian of Brown. Guardian is your rune. As you can see here, Guardian is being wasted. That's a really important rune for these skirmishes. And not only the rune, you don't want to change the red anyways. You don't want to keep on doing the red. Yes, you're invading because you don't want to let them have it, and you also want to have this aggressive move, right? Just wait for your cooldowns. Like, it's not them to keep doing the red. If they leave, then you just get a free red, right? But they don't have flash already. They are weaker than you, so just wait. Just wait. Play it patiently, slow. This is aggressive move can be played slower. Slower doesn't mean that you have to be passive. You just have to play smarter. You have to like. There's no point in hitting the red there. Like, and then like triple man knockup. Everyone had the Kai'Sa passive because of that W, which actually deals damage. I think it does. The first every passive deals different damage. Every stack of the passive of Kai'Sa. It's just that the fifth one is the one that deals the burst damage basically. So now here, Surefire gets out, and then King will flash once he's 1 HP. He walked. Oh my god, he wanted the kill. So like he could stay here hitting or just flashing before earlier, and then the play ends there, and no one dies. Everyone wastes flashes. But yeah, also how I got to do the red, and how he got to do the red. Well, this was low enough, and why is that low enough? Because these guys keep hitting it. Like, look at it there, 1500, and now we see it at 1000. So 100, sorry, 1500. Oh well, 1000. Oh my god, I'm so loud. So 1000 HP from 1500. So 500 damage. It's relevant because it puts the buff in a smite range at some point, because now they can use all their spells here and then they just get the red. Falling even more down. The Q from Ram or something hit the red. Red keeps taking damage here from spells that are coming in there. Now 600. Hamel just finishes the red. So, oh my god, this can be better executed. Oh, I feel for that Wolves because they've been so good for so long now, and like they haven't been able to clutch it out yet. So I hope they. I know the result of this game because I already know that who is advancing, who isn't. And so I know that Direwolves loses this game, but oh man, that you hate to see that late invade. You want them to have that late invade, but you want them to play it better. Yeah, that gank made that just chunk triple from full HP with passive to half HP. So that's coming for you guys. Mill is gonna get trapped on top. Kindred is doing the red golems because Kindred just has to recover now, and that's the only way you can do it, by doing red golems. Stop hitting the red, oh my god, hitting the red was so bad there for Direwolves. Oh my god, Scout lived with 1 HP, literally 1 HP. I'm gonna put this on a faster pace. But yeah, basically King stayed here, and then he was in 1 HP when he flashed because he just wanted the 1 extra auto on Like here, we'll see King go for an auto here, and that kills him. So level 2 get made after doing crab, transitioning the second crab, that's perfect. Like you expect Camille to walk from top crab to bot crab, so the only way to do that is walking mid, and if you're already walking mid, why not yanking mid, right? She gets a flash, level 2 against level 2, and again, like I said, level 2 Camille is so strong, so powerful. Kindred really needs her E for her to be stronger, so basically level 2 champions are really good against Kindred, like Xin Sao, like Camille, because those champions jump on you, and they are already strong. They already have spells that are really good. While you only have QW, which are okay, but Kina really wants the third spell, and also she needs to kite and things like this. So she's if she gets jumped on, that's still bad, Even if you had E. So Camille is going to do the Raptors and all the top side jungle. He's going to ignore the golems. That's what you get from invading and killing the other person. So he's gonna be even in XP, if not behind a little bit. Which I know is weird because he's doing the things in the map and stuff like this. But he's gonna be ahead in gold for a lot. So that's how jungle works sometimes. Now you are kind of even or even behind in XP a little because the double golems, as we've seen here. Kindred has done golems twice now, and Camille hasn't done golems even once. So by the time Camille does golems, Kindred will be already even in XP, if not ahead. Right now you're not seeing that because Kindred lost the bot camps, but that's what I'm saying. Kindred's level 4, and she's probably going to keep up in levels instead of being. We used to see those junglers being ahead 2 levels up from the enemy jungler, but now that's kind of lost in a way with the golems things. When the junglers are aggressive, cannot do golems in the early game, or they're just looking for the double craft, things like this, and in doing that, you're not getting golems. So you gotta mix it up and find balance to keep doing that the golems and things like this. Camille is not looking like she's gonna do golems ever, and as you can see, it's level 5 against level 4. She definitely has a lead, but it's a lot of CS that she's over, so that's why they're even. Now Kira is just getting XP from the lane, so the tracking that we were doing is gonna be lost, but I can promise you that if Kindred was like less of CS behind, even if Camille is still in things, with the double golems you get pretty close to being even. Like you're not going to be even anyways if you're still behind, but you're gonna be really close to be even in experience. So now we see Harlow taking the red buff from the enemy jungler. He's gonna get a really fast level 6, and that's really dangerous because Camille with level 5 as a jungler, as jungle Camille, you can do so many things. He already has his Tiamat, so Tiamat just snowballs the jungle so much because Camille has some hard time doing the AoE camps like Raptors, like Golems, where you need the AoE. But if you have a Tiamat, that just gets completely changed. Like you can keep on doing these things. Akali diving pretty aggressively with the channel teammate, pretty straightforward play, so not much to comment on that. Camille getting every crap, so this is gonna give her more experience, more money, and yeah, more lead. I think that, like here, look at the CS, and look at the levels. 6, 6. Isn't that broken? That didn't show earlier, but now, look. Yeah, Kindred stole some XP here, but that means that he's like level 5, really close to level 6, because she stole a couple of minions XP in bottom. So, think about it. The double golems plus that little bit of XP while ganking here, and also Camille stole XP mid, remember. When she ganked level 2 mid, she stole XP. When she ganked mid level 1 with the red, and she shunked Azahar from full HP to half HP, she also stole XP. So, like, that's insane, right? Like, double golems are just like, what? So, doing double golems is broken. So, go ahead and do it, guys. I think that's what you should know by now, by me. Because I mentioned that every single video, and I don't care. I'll keep on doing that as long as that's broken and that needs to get fixed. Or abused. I think those kind of things are the things that you have to get abused. And really get creative as a jungler. You have to really think about a path thing that punishes that. And the fact that they came 1-for-1 here. And the reason why they got a 1-for-1 is because Kindred made it in time, so This is a 2-for-1 for a moment, but then it's a 2v2, and then it's a 2-for-1 again. Uh, and with that, you get your trade kill. So really good from Sharon Fire to be there. Yeah, now we're seeing a 2v2 bottom. Interesting. Yeah, they lost that pretty convincingly, and they didn't use heal. You don't take the 2v2s ever against a heal because you're in a disadvantage already. Sometimes you do when you have the when you already chunked them or something. You already like had a lead before that, but straight up 2v2 when they have heal is hard. It was a really good engage from the Mako, but they also didn't use heal. Imagine if like how it looks when they use heal, so it's even worse for them. Lane is volatile, so a scout is here. So what happens sometimes is Biopanther was trading, and that's so at the same time Scout was roaming. So sometimes you don't want to fight, you don't want to make the lane volatile when someone's roaming because then both top laners are low, but you're the one that 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 is weak in this sense that someone else is coming to your lane where you're low. So the enemy top is low, but that doesn't matter because no one from your team is coming and someone from the enemy team is coming. So those are the things that you have to look for. Let's see this again. I think it was just a flash RW, right? Yeah. There's no reaction time for that. By the way, it's really hard, especially if he comes from fog. He did like the one step outside of fog, so not as bad. But yeah, still really hard to react to. Um, oh, my bad. Forgot to put this. Okay. So yeah. This is another Rakan. We've seen G-Rex Koala did this before, where he had the blue item, the Spell Thieves, and he had the or Frostfang, I think it's called when you upgrade it, and the Airy for the laning phase instead of the Guardian with Coin. I think this definitely gonna see more play and more from the Asian teams. I think that the Asian Eastern teams are gonna do this more because they're the ones that can like really aggro lane and kind of look for these kind of things. Because I know Rakan has been nerfed, but he can still be play aggressive. He can still look for those kind of things. The bad thing about that Rakan is that if you're not playing against Braum or like a big champion that you can just spam Qs over and over, you do not get gold. And if you do not get gold, then you don't get wards nowadays because now the wards are in a quest. So you basically have to be able to ensure at least the quest completion. So you want to do this against like a really thick champion like Tom Kench, like Braum, that doesn't really punishes you when you're just walking in just to throw a Q in his face or an auto. Alistar kind of punishes you because he can combo and you probably die because you do not have Guardian. But yeah, maybe you can get Qs outside of the combo range. I don't know. Q has not that much of Q from Rakan doesn't have that much range, so you do have to be careful against the Alistar. But against Sam Kench and Braum, you're really safe to do that. So yeah, EDG swapped their bottom lane after seeing the enemy bottom lane. They were matching. Eventually got Herald from Tempo. They walked mid. They got the turret from Hover. So really standard stuff. A really good snowball from them. And this is what I was talking earlier in the last game. Dragons, you have to send one or two people. Send the least amount of people. If you see the enemy team sending more people, then you send more people. But you don't want to lose the control top side. You want to keep that for Baron. So really good. They do not lose two pings. And while those two pings aren't gonna last sometimes, those are words that you can recycle. That you don't have to use them, and then you can purchase less words, or you can purchase words but do not place them yet, things like this, and save them for later. That is really important. So really good Drake. Um, that was like a gank attempt because they had Biopanther there. Like I said earlier, as a top laner, you don't need to be bottom if you don't have a wave to catch. You're much more useful being on another lane, trying to gank, and then going bot to catch your wave only. You want to roam as much as you can, and then just go bot when you have to catch a wave, like we're seeing here from Biopanther. So that's your main job as a top laner, especially if you're a tank. If you're something else, like another archetype of champion, like Camille or something else like a carry like Fiora, then the game plan is different. But as a tank, you really want to roam every time available that you have. Here we just see an engage inside the enemy jungle. Yeah, they're just running them over. I think that lots of dives are the things that we want to have in compositions nowadays. I think we've saw C9 play that combo with Sandra and a lot of that. They have Kaisa. Here we see Kaisa, Shen, Rakan, Akali, Camille, all these champions that can go in. I think that that's gonna be the theme of this tournament. Champions that can really go in and play on your face, things like that kind of thing. It's gonna be the meta, and we're seeing that here. We're seeing that in other games. And I can definitely see that being the meta, um, or how it would look. Like a lot of champions that can just go in all at the same time. Mm, Now we're seeing EDG control the Baron a little bit. They're controlling deeper than that. They're just going inside the enemy jungle because they can. There's so much for ahead. If they were more even with direwolves, they would just control their river, but they have access to the enemy jungle because of how far ahead they are. So now we're gonna see a trap here. Well, direwolves, they're letting direwolves enter, and that's really important. Like sometimes we see teams controlling one side and pushing the enemy team back to inside their jungle. They're pushing them back, and they never let them walk in. Here we're gonna see EDG trapping, and you're gonna let members of direwolves walk in. You're gonna see direwolves walk in inside their jungle here. So they're letting them walk in. So once you're once you're in, you flank them. Okay, they're in. Look at Braum. You flank them. So really good stuff from the EDG. That's really all you have to do. It's really simple. Sometimes we've seen teams control the Baron and they do not have fast Barons because they have Galio mid, things like this, things that do not deal damage. They have Jin, which can deal a lot of damage in the late game, but to Baron, it's really slow because the way it works. So with his autos. So if you have that type of compositions, you let your opponents walk inside the Baron, then you flank them with something. You most of the time have a good champion for that, and then yeah, then you get kills, and with the kills that you got, then you can do the Baron. Here they get Infernal after Baron, so with this Baron, they're most likely gonna get the two inner turrets are left in the map, and perhaps an inhibitor turret, and perhaps an inhibitor. So yeah, good cancel on the triple recall. He even kills triple here. They just went in on Sion because Direwolves went in Meth on Akali, so they're free to all this thing. Yeah, that's a game. I think it was really fast, really fast out the sudden. So you have to feel for Direwolves. That early invade, late invade rather, early invades before the red spawns. Late invade was really good. Problem was the execution, and they kept hitting the red man. So yeah.